Ancestry's famous green leaf hints. We've all seen them, but are they a goldmine for discovery or a one-way ticket to misinformation? Hi, I'm John Beaumont, and today I'm breaking down 25 must-know facts about Ancestry hints, including hidden pitfalls and how to make the most of them. So join me on a journey through the hint system. Now, the famous green leaf hints come from Ancestry's AI and matching systems. They automatically scan millions of records and suggest potential matches for your ancestors, and we've all seen them on our profiles. Now, Ancestry assumes your tree and other trees and existing facts are correct when generating your hints, even if they're wrong. So basically, Ancestry has no concept of incorrect information. Now, hints are dynamic. They can change if you update the details in your profile. So if you correct a birth date or location, you might suddenly get different or better hints. And along that lines, the same person in different trees can have different hints. Even the slightest difference in spellings or dates can change which hints you receive. Now, new hints may take time to appear when Ancestry adds records, or when you add a new person. You can see the hints change, and maybe they'll appear right away, or maybe take some time. Now, the main thing to remember as well, one of the main things to remember is hints don't cover everything. Searching Ancestry manually often and probably always leads to better results. So many records don't even generate hints. So you need to go to the search, even if you're seeing a lot of hints for that person. Now, the Ancestry hints are in a certain order on the profile. Ancestry tries to rank hints by quality, but that system isn't perfect. But perhaps the higher ranked hints might be more likely to be accurate, but always verify them whether they're top or the bottom of the list. Now, Ancestry's hint system refines hints over time. So as users accept, reject, or ignore hints, in fact, as you accept or reject, ignore hints, those actions help Ancestry fine-tune what records it suggests. So staying engaged with the hints on your profile will lead to improved results over time. Now, some hints come from record indexes, not full documents. And you'll see when you click on the hint that a paid subscription may be required to view originals. So in that case, now you've got the index, maybe you can go somewhere else to look for the actual original source. And talking about sources, there's many ways, in fact, you can click on the hint to go to the source record, and you should do this. The quick compare is for maybe hints for sources you're already aware of, but always, like all good genealogists, you should go to the source, examine the image if there is one, before you decide to accept the hint into your tree. Now, tree hints from public trees come from when individuals overlap your records. So Ancestry suggests connections based on what others have shared, but not all trees are accurate. In fact, I would go to say that the vast majority of trees on Ancestry, including my own, have errors in them. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. And going along that line, hints can reinforce incorrect information. So if you've got incorrect facts on your profile, incorrect dates, then the hints that have been suggested could reinforce that incorrectness. So the hints don't always lead you to a correct conclusion. They can actually reinforce an incorrect conclusion. So as I said, never copy a hint into your tree without reviewing the source, because these mistakes spread like wildfire on Ancestry. And so before we know it, half the system, half the people that you're related to have now accepted that hint, and it may be completely incorrect. And to that extent, never ever copy anybody's tree into yours. That's a bugbear of mine. Please don't do it. You'll regret it. So even though the hint's there, they often contain errors. As I said, probably always contain errors. You don't know which trees are correct. Use these trees as sources, if you like. Go and look at that person, go and see what sources they've used, and then you go and verify those sources. Now, like family tree hints, gene and net hints should be reviewed very carefully before adding them to your tree. They're from different sources and I treat them as family tree hints. I never copy them directly into my tree. Now, you may have gone through all the hints, but you will see hints arise over time. So periodically check your ancestors that you're reviewing for new hints coming in. And if you're unsure, you can save a hint as maybe, or if you kind of lean into true, but you're not quite sure, you can save it as an alternative fact instead of accepting it outright. And it makes it easier to manage if you accepted it either as an alternative fact, and you can go back to the maybes. Now, another thing that can happen is if you accept one hint, it can impact multiple profiles. So something like a census, you can accept that hint. It may impact all the family. It may impact parents and children. So be very, very careful when accepting multiple person hints. Because once added, hints can be very difficult to remove. There's no automatic undo. You've got to go and manually delete the facts and sources. So be very careful. It's not easy to undo these multiple profile hints especially. Now, suddenly hints may vanish. Now, if the source record is changed or a tree is deleted or made private, you may see your hints disappear, and maybe even ancestors recognize those hints as incorrect over time. So Ancestry may in fact get rid of irrelevant hints, and if Ancestry determines that they're not useful. So again, whether trees are deleted or made private or Ancestry has figured out a different algorithm, you may see your hints change over time. Now, looking at the screen here, you can disable family tree hints to your tree settings. Some researchers prefer not to be distracted by other trees. I personally keep them on, they do no harm, but if it's a distraction, just switch them off. You can revisit ignored hints as well. If you ignored a hint, there's an ignore hints tab. You can go and bring your ignore hints back in or even make them maybe. So they don't go away even if you ignore them. So if you've dismissed a hint too quickly, you can always go back and review it. Now, merging profiles can trigger a fresh round of hints. So as we go through Pro Tools, for instance, merging duplicates where you're getting different facts coming in, then those hints will change. So when you do merge duplicates, don't worry too much about the hints. They'll regenerate and you may have better hints over time. And then finally, number 25, as we've been counting here on the screen, take extra care when attaching user submitted hints to your tree. A lot of images may be of poor provenance. People may be guessing, even if it says the name of the ancestor on there. Take time to review it and be very, very careful. These images do spread like wildfire. And if you do decide that an image is good for your tree, always go on the image and maybe leave a comment and say, thank you, I've added this is how I'm related. It will, in fact, help the person who added that as well. They'll see your comment. Now, that's 25 hints about Ancestry hints, if you like. Now, I hope you found this video helpful to really get your mind around exactly how that hint system works. It can be incredibly, incredibly useful, point us in the right direction, give us some sources we'd not even thought about. But equally, it can devastate your tree if you go down the wrong path. So be very cautious. And as I said in the video, check your sources always before you include a hint in your system, and never ever copy anybody's family into your family. It's a recipe for disaster. Now, if you have liked this video, please give me the thumbs up, the like, and subscribe to my channel. It really does help a very small genealogy channel like mine and give some indication what everybody's interested in. Have a good look with the hints, and if you found anything interesting about hints or you've got any other hints about hints, please leave them in the comments below. Take care.